Welcome to the Workplace Minute, powered by H3 HR Advisors, the podcast that keeps HR pros, business leaders, and operations teams ahead of the curve. We're sponsored by our friends at Paychex and also by WorkHuman. My name is Steve Boese. The class of 2025 is facing the most complicated job market in years. Today we're exploring the job market for the new contingent of college graduates who have entered into a world of work that is undergoing rapid and perhaps unprecedented transformation. If you're a recent college grad, or if you're the parent of one, you'll want to lean in for this one. Class of 2025 is entering a job market that's complicated. It's not quite a disaster, but it's no walk in the park either. Let's break it down. According to the National Association of Colleges and Employers, hiring for new grads in 2025 is projected to increase by about 7.3% over last year. So that sounds promising, right? But here's the twist. That increase comes after a sharp slowdown in 2023 and a relatively flat 2024. So while there's some momentum, the graduate labor market is still far from the post-pandemic boom that grads enjoyed in 2021 and 2022. In fact, many employers say they're being more selective than ever. And the job openings? Well, they're out there. Total job openings in the U.S. still exceed the number of unemployed workers by a decent margin. But the competition for these jobs is fierce, and many entry-level roles are looking a little different than they used to. Here's why. The biggest shift is the rise of automation and AI in the workplace. A recent report from Jefferies found that entry-level white-collar jobs, yes, the classic first office job popular for new college grads, are among the most vulnerable to AI disruption. These are the roles where new grads typically get their start. Titles like business analyst, research assistant, production coordinator, and the like. But when AI software can write reports, summarize meetings, and even handle basic research and scheduling, employers are thinking twice about needing a full-time junior hire whose job description, at least on paper, additionally would include many of those kinds of tasks. So what's happening instead? Companies are investing in tools that reduce headcount needs and are turning to hiring only for roles that require very specific skills or experience. And that brings us to the next big trend, skills-first hiring. More and more companies are rethinking degree requirements. It's not about where you went to school, it's more about what you can actually do. And in a job market this tight, if you can't show your value with real-world experience, certifications, a really slick portfolio, it might be an uphill climb. In fact, a recent Drexel University employer study found that employers this year are placing greater weight on soft skills like ethical judgment, adaptability, and critical thinking over GPAs and college majors. And as an aside, we recently recorded a podcast with Caitlin McGregor from HR tech company Plum, who correctly, I think, calls these soft skills by another name, durable skills. These are the skills that will last and persist through the endless changes and shifts in technology. I'd encourage you to check out that show on our HR Happy Hour network. So back to the topic in question. What can grads do to stand out in 2025? A few things. One, upskill fast. Learn how to work with AI tools and not against them. Whether it's data visualization, prompt writing, project management, those practical tech adjacent skills can help move your resume to the top of the pile. 2, build experience wherever you can, whether that's in freelance projects, internships, volunteer work, nonprofit work, it all counts. Real-world applications are very important. 3, lean into adaptability. Employers know the world is changing fast, and they want people who can change with it. Try to highlight moments where you've pivoted, learned, and grown. And finally, network. This hasn't changed. Personal connections still open doors faster than a cold resume ever will. So yes, the job market is more competitive for new grads in 2025 than in the recent past. But it's not hopeless, it's just different. The rules of the game are shifting, and success belongs to those who understand the new playbook. That's all for today's Workplace Minute. Want more on the future of work, talent, and tech? Be sure to hit follow or subscribe and share this episode with a colleague who cares about getting the workplace right. We will continue to follow this and all the important topics and trends in the world of work here on the HR Happy Hour Media Network. This has been Steve Boese for the Workplace Minute, powered by H3 HR Advisors.